Yo, what's good? So, today I'm just going to be talking about my sobriety. It's now been about 2 months, I believe. I made my last sobriety video about a month ago. And, so I'm going to start off by just saying, like, the things that people probably want to know and shit. So, I'm just going to start off by saying, do I feel better? Miles better. I feel so much better. It's the best I've felt for such a long time now. And honestly, you know, doing drugs, I never thought I would find this kind of happiness, but it's kind of expected when you're doing drugs every day the way I was, Xanax, ketamine. The main ones were the benzos. Towards the end I was just doing a lot of benzos, and they really took over my life, and it got to a point where I thought I was going to die when I was 20. And like I say, I'm now 2 months sober, so yeah. And I'm just gonna say a sec. I'm sorry if the gameplay sounds a bit loud. I've turned it all the way down, but on my end it still sounds pretty fucking loud, so I don't know what to do about that, but we move. Second of all, I'm just gonna say, for anyone wondering if I miss them, of course I do. I miss them every day. They were a big part of my life, and looking back on it, I'm happy that I stopped. But there are days where I'm constantly reminded of why I did them. I'm still extremely sad a lot of the time. Pretty anxious, I'd say. I worry a lot about a lot of things. Well, most things I'd say actually I do worry about. And I'm not gonna lie, I do still smoke weed. I smoke weed on a pretty regular basis, but it's nothing excessive, I wouldn't say. And it's definitely been a big stepping stone for me quitting, a big backbone, a pillar of support, I guess you could say. And I have everything to thank for weed. It's been, I think I said this in one of my other videos, but weed has just helped me so much with my sleep. It's really improved my sleep for the time I've been using it. All that sort of stuff really benefited me in a lot of ways that people don't understand. Doctors say, oh, it's bad, you've got to stop doing it, but if it wasn't for weed, then I wouldn't still be here. I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't still be here if it wasn't for weed. And at the same time, I guess you could kind of say that weed was a gateway drug to me getting into drugs overall. But at the same time, bro, like, I did that myself, and it was my circumstances that did that to me. It didn't really have much to do with weed specifically. And another thing I just want to say is, like, I think I might have said something similar again in my first video that I made about sobriety or whatever. But anyone thinking of quitting that thinks they're trapped and will never get out of the situation they're in, and there are only ways to do drugs. I just want to say, you're completely wrong in a good way. That you're not stuck doing them. You can get out of it, and I'm proof that you can. Like, I've only been 2 months, but I've mentioned numerous times I feel so much better. This is a much better way than spending all my money on drugs every day. It's just miles better. I don't know what to say. I always just thought I'd be so lost without them, and I kind of have, but I've found my way back to just living normally and enjoying life sober. I guess not completely sober, but Cali sober is the same sort of thing to me. If you have anything to say about that, then I don't fucking care. But another thing I just want to say, I'm kind of sorry if there's a lot of ums and all this, just pauses between what I'm saying. It's when I film these kind of videos on my sobriety and stuff, I really kind of try to pick what I'm saying carefully, and I kind of am a lot more hesitant to say things. Usually when I'm making other videos, I kind of plan them out a bit more, but right now I'm just kind of winging it, you know. I'm not planning on trying to edit this too much. I kind of want to keep it raw, so you know, like, you get the full thing from me pretty much. This is me talking about my addiction that I struggled with for, you know, 3-4 years, whatever it was. Pretty long time. I wasn't really counting fucking day by day or anything. But yeah, overall I'm doing a lot better now, much better than when I made that first video on this. And I just wanted to give kind of a little update on how I'm feeling as well, what's been going on in my life. Pretty much right now I'm just kind of seeing one of my friends and my cousin. They've been keeping me afloat, supplying me with the marijuana and everything. But yeah, it's been good since I've quit, and I certainly can't complain. You know, I'm privileged with a lot of things that other people don't have, and you know, drugs isn't something that I need to live. I look around me now and I look at everything I've got, and I didn't need them. So yeah, there you go. That is my 2 months sober video. I hope you know, for the people that return maybe to the video, the one that I made prior to this, I hope anyone that saw that just enjoyed hearing, you know, the update on the story or whatever. Maybe soon I'll do some drug stories or whatever, but you know, I'm kind of trying not to think about too many drugs right now, because yeah, I've just been keeping my mind off them recently, because they aren't fucking good to think about at all right now for me. It probably cause a lot of temptations, but the thing is, I'd still never act on them because I'd feel way too guilty for my family. I feel way too guilty with myself, and I feel like I'd be living a life. So yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed this. I'm sorry if it, you know, if the volume was a bit fucked. I've just been playing the game whilst talking about this. It kind of helps me talk without, you know, thinking so much about what I'm talking about, if that makes sense. If I can just kind of get it out whilst I'm doing something in the background. But yeah, once again, I hope everyone enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys later.